Am I the a-hole for not welcoming my felon brother-in-law into my home/life? My husband's brother is a total degenerate. Zach is what I'll call the brother-in-law. Zach has no relationship with his family except for his mom and dad. Zach is over 40 years old and has never lived on his own, except for the stints in prison and living in the woods. Zach is definitely slow mentally. Zach has always been bailed out by my in-laws. They have hired attorneys to expunge records and reduce sentences, and they have allowed him to live with them rent-free. He has zero responsibilities. He doesn't cook, clean, or contribute in any way. He has wrecked about a dozen vehicles, and they keep co-signing or buying more for him. Recently, we were notified by hospital, out of the blue, that Zach and his homeless addict girlfriend had a child. The hospital called us to inform all family members and let us know that DCF would be contacting kin for placement. This was a total shock, as Zach doesn't speak to us or his other brother at all. Once again, my elderly in-laws have chosen to bail Zach out and foster the baby. My husband was beside himself with the whole situation, as we and his other normal brother all live very normal, healthy, and honorable lives. I did feel so sad for the innocent baby and bought thousands of dollars worth of items for the in-laws to be equipped to parent this infant. I sent gifts and went to the NICU to visit the baby. It's been almost a full year and we have not heard from Zach. No thank you, no Merry Christmas, no acknowledgement of the situation. Nothing. Zero. My in-laws prioritize Zach over everyone else. They baby him and always have. My son's birthday was this weekend and we had plans for months for my in-laws to come to our home to celebrate with their grandson. I made arrangements, got a cake, and was prepared for the celebration. The day before, yesterday, they told me they were bringing Zach with them. I asked if they could come alone. They flipped out and said it was sad that Zach wasn't welcome in our home, and then informed me that they wouldn't be coming at all. Am I the a-hole for not wanting to be forced into a relationship with Zach? I don't feel comfortable with him around my children or in my home. Now for the top comments. Stick to your guns here. If that means the in-laws don't come, then the in-laws don't come. Do not let that man into your life at all. If your husband doesn't support you in this, take your kid out for a fun day when they're supposed to be there and let your husband deal with it. Do not bend on this, or you will regret it forever. My husband and his other normal brother are fully aligned on this. They want nothing to do with Zach after all these years of nonsense. Dealing with someone in a similar situation, and kindness shown to Zach will be used, abused, and listed as you being selfish when you can't or won't give anymore. Cut ties and cut your losses. Some people will never learn and expect/demand the world to treat them as their enablers have and will still blame everyone else for their transgressions. Not the a-hole. It's really sad that your in-laws can't see why it is a bad idea to bring a felon who has committed violent and drug-related crimes to a child's birthday party, especially a child who probably doesn't even know him. I don't think any reasonable person would think that's a normal or reasonable request at all. Good on you for standing your ground. Your son might be sad about it, but it's still better than potentially risking him hearing about all the stuff Zach has done. Thank you. The wild part is that they're doing this all to make Zach look good to the state child welfare services. They want him to appear as though he's turned over a new leaf and has relationships with his brothers and nieces and nephews. They stage these events for photo ops to send to the Department of Social Services in an attempt to make Zach look good to the state. My mother-in-law has admitted she wants to take pictures to show the state many times. There's a clear motive for them to push this guy on us. Wow, that's even worse. So they're not just turning a blind eye to his behavior and enabling it, they're actually trying to use everyone around them to shield him from consequences as well. Next story. Am I the a-hole for telling my mom she can't share a room or a bed with her boyfriend in my home? When I, 27 female, was in college, I met my boyfriend, and after dating for a year, we moved in together, sharing a place with some friends. I was 19 when we met and 20 when we moved in together. We decided from that point onward to take turns spending Christmas with our families. However, the first year we were supposed to see mine, my mom made it clear that my boyfriend could not stay and that we wouldn't be allowed to share a room or a bed in her house. My dad argued in favor of letting it happen, since I was an adult and already living with him, but my mom said no. She hated that I wouldn't stay at their house and instead booked an Airbnb. She said I should respect the rules of her house, and I told her I was. But I didn't want to leave my boyfriend alone on the holidays, especially since his family had happily welcomed us together. After that, I made it clear there would be no visits like that if I couldn't share a room with my boyfriend. My mom said it wasn't like we were married, so she had every right to enforce that rule. 2 years ago, my dad passed away, and for the last 11 months, my mom has been in a relationship with her boyfriend. They don't live together exactly, but according to my brother, he's there most nights while my brother was still living at home. My mom and brother aren't really talking right now. My brother could hear my mom and her boyfriend in bed, and he hated it, so he moved out. He's 22 and wanted to move out anyway, but the situation gave him the final push. My mom was furious and demanded to know why he was leaving so suddenly. She freaked out when my brother told her he was tired of hearing them. That set her off, and she accused him of not being happy for her after she found someone new following my dad's death. It seems like my mom is missing having my brother around, and she told me she misses having her kids with her. She mentioned wanting to visit me for a week or two soon and said she wanted to bring her boyfriend along. I told her she couldn't share a room or bed with him in my home. I also told her I didn't want to hear them. She got mad at me and said she's a grown woman and should be allowed her freedom. I reminded her that she had no problem denying me the same thing, even though I wasn't even planning to have sex in her house. It sounded like she doesn't care if people hear or not, and I'm not dealing with that. I also told her I wasn't going to reward her by allowing her to share with her boyfriend after how strict she was with me. My mom accused me of acting like a petty child. Not the a-hole. What goes around comes around. Your mom, one rule for thee and another for me. Not the a-hole. Your mom is a massive hypocrite and getting a taste of her own medicine. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. She made her bed, pun intended, with those strict rules about your boyfriend, and now she's mad when the same standards apply to her? Classic rules for thee but not for me situation. Plus, making your brother move out because they were so loud? Major yikes. Stand your ground, OB. The audacity of her calling you petty is just chef's kiss ironic. Your mom has her boyfriend over nearly every night. It is apparently quite loud and can be heard clearly. Why would she miss having her kids around? Sounds to me like she wants free holiday accommodation for two. Not the a-hole. Your house, your rules. I don't think she expected to hardly ever see her kids. Even when I moved out, she still had my brother, but he doesn't see her at all now, and I don't live close. I think that's part of it. Heck, from the fight she and my brother had, it sounds like she wants us to hear her with him. What did she say to your brother? She told him it was a bad reason or excuse to move out, and that we should be happy for her. My brother told her that being happy for her is different from hearing her go at it with someone. She told him that was proof he wasn't happy for her. And honestly, I don't know how to take that. It's why it feels like some weird and twisted part of her wants us to hear. The other thing is she never even tried to deny they were loud. She just acted like not wanting to hear it meant he was unsupportive. Not wanting to hear your parents slap genitals with someone means you're not happy for them? Please repeat that back to her, because I'm betting all children everywhere would qualify for that definition of not wanting to hear them bumping uglies. According to my mom, it does. She acted like my brother told her to stay single forever, when he said he was moving out because he didn't want to hear them. Maybe that's how she's taking it, but it's so reasonable. Her whole reaction to it was so weird and just gross. Next story. Am I the a-hole for telling my ex's wife to mind her own freaking business when she confronted me in public over my ex's mom giving me a gift for my 30th birthday? I, 30 female, celebrated my birthday recently and my ex's mom stopped by to give me a very nice birthday gift. My ex and I have been divorced for 6 years, but we have 2 kids together, aged 11 and 9, so it was unexpected. I got along really well with his family when we were together, and we're still friendly when we see each other, but we were never particularly close. When my ex's mom showed up with a gift, she explained that she wished we'd stayed in touch more. She said she wanted to honor the mother of her grandchildren and show appreciation for all I've done. It was sweet, and we spoke for a little while. The gift was sentimental in nature, which made it extra special to me. It was a lovely gesture, and I never expected it to cause any trouble, but it did. With my ex's wife. She confronted me in Target a week ago and started cursing and yelling at me for intruding in my ex's family. She told me the only reason my ex's mom would give me a gift is because I'm trying to keep my claws in my ex's family, instead of accepting that I'm an ex. She demanded I either give the gift to her or return it to my ex's mom and refuse to accept anything in the future. I told her to leave me alone and walked away. She approached me again as I was heading to pay. I tried to go around her, but she put her hand on the cart and told me I wasn't walking away from her again. She said I needed to stop being so meddlesome and pushing her out of her family. She told me I was nasty for accepting a gift from my ex's mom and had no business allowing something like that. I interrupted her as she started attracting attention and told her to mind her own business and stay away from me because we have no reason to talk. I paid for my stuff and left before she could confront me again. The encounter ticked me off, but I was going to let it go. Then my ex started texting me later in the week, telling me I needed to apologize to his wife because she's the stepmom to our kids, and I shouldn't be treating her that way. I replied that I did not appreciate her behavior toward me in public and would not be replying further. He told me I just needed to apologize and that I was out of order for treating her like she was wrong to have her own feelings about this. He said I had damaged the co-parenting relationship between myself and them. I know I could have ignored her, but I also know apologizing won't fix anything because I still have and wear the gift, which is a mother charm bracelet. My ex's wife will insist I need to return or dispose of it to let this go, and I don't think I'm wrong for accepting it. I can accept that I may have been wrong for speaking to her that way though. So am I the a-hole? Now for the top comments. How is any of this your fault? Ex should speak with his wife and his mom if he wants to get at the root of this problem. Not the a-hole. Clearly, I'm supposed to reject anything from ex's family, even conversation. Because who knows how his wife would react to seeing us talk in any kind of friendly way in public. She might have an even bigger outburst. You might as well unbirth his children while you're at it. She doesn't need that stress in her life. What does she expect you to do? Make her husband virginal again? She didn't know he had a relationship before she married him? I understand she's insecure, but her logic never entered the picture. She maybe expected everyone to ignore me and act like I don't exist. But with kids in the picture, it was always going to be unrealistic. They could hate me, but that wouldn't be healthy for the kids. It's possible there are big issues with her and ex's family, and that's why. But that's between them and her, not me. I'm not a part of it anymore. She's allowed to have her feelings. What she's not allowed to do is tell OP what she will and will not do. I have to wonder why your ex's wife is feeling so insecure. What is happening in that relationship? You having a positive relationship with your kids' grandparents is a boon for all concerned, mainly your kids. Don't let her disrupt that, not the a-hole. Not the a-hole. I mean, she cornered you in a public space and caused a scene over a thoughtful gift you received for being a good mom. You don't owe her an apology for defending yourself against her baseless insecurity. If anything, your ex should focus on calming his wife down instead of enabling her unreasonable behavior. Here's something else. He didn't call her, he texted her this. Who's to say the wife didn't text her from his phone? That I would not put past her. Last story. Am I the a-hole for wanting consequences for my stepdaughter after she threw out my daughter's contacts because she is getting bullied at school for wearing goggles? I, 43 female, have 2 kids, 16 female and 12 male. I also have 2 step-kids, Annie, 14 female, and Jamie. Annie's on the basketball team at school and has been playing basketball since she was young. She wears sports goggles on the court, which might have been fine as a kid, but now that she's a teenager, she's been getting bullied for it. Recently, a girl on her team took a photo of her during practice and spread it around. Annie has been begging my husband and her mom for contacts, but they think she's too young. Because of this, she's been acting out. My daughter plays tennis, and I allowed her to wear contacts at 11 because of it. Annie has been very obviously jealous of this and recently went into her room and threw out her contacts. My husband just thinks she's frustrated and that it'll blow over soon. However, it hasn't. I actually got a safe for my daughter's room because it's been getting so bad. I even allow her to lock her bedroom door before she leaves the house now. My husband thinks I'm teaching my daughter that it's okay to be distrustful of Annie and to guard against her. He feels that's unfair to Annie, who is just going through some hard times. I told him I wanted Annie to face some consequences for throwing out the contact lenses. But my husband just asked how I could expect him to punish a girl who is being bullied at school. I told him that if that's the case, my daughter will be allowed to keep her safe and her door locked. He thinks I'm being unreasonable and sowing discord between the girls. Not the a-hole. It sounds like your husband needs to pull his head out of his behind and let his daughter get contacts, as well as force her to apologize and face some form of punishment for her jealous lashing out at your daughter. He's torturing her by not allowing her to get contacts, knowing that she's being bullied because of their decision. He doesn't want to punish her because he knows his and her mom's decision has pushed her to her emotional edge. I agree, and I would really love for Annie to have contacts. It would stop the bullying and boost her self-esteem. I've been trying to convince him, but he and Annie's mom are convinced that she's too young and should wait until she's 18 to make the decision herself. I will continue to try to change his mind. Not the a-hole. Your husband needs to realize his child is being bullied, but he's also a bully. Not the a-hole. Annie's being bullied at school while your daughter is being bullied at home. It is completely fair to guard against Annie because she has proven she's untrustworthy. The discord between them is a direct result of his parenting choices, and your daughter does not deserve to suffer for it. Exactly this. Why should her daughter have to put up with being bullied on her own home because her stepsister is being bullied at school? Your whole comment hit the nail on the head. If he doesn't want his kid to be bullied, he should buy her contact lenses like she wants. It's literally that simple. But the actions of her parents refusing her request are what's causing her to be bullied. As a parent, I would do whatever I needed to prevent that. OP is right to allow her daughter to have a safe and lock her room, especially if Annie isn't going to face any repercussions for her actions. Being bullied doesn't give her the right to bully others out of jealousy. Not the a-hole. You've got a husband problem. His and his ex's parenting choices have created this crap storm. You aren't causing trust issues between your daughter and Annie. Annie's causing these trust issues because of her behavior towards your daughter, completely enabled by her father and mother who don't appear to be addressing the behavior.